by Lara-Mai Crease. This story essentially deals with how deceptions are such an integral part of real life, so we hope you enjoy the show. Thank you!
This piece contains very graphic description of sexual violence. If you're not comfortable watching that, we encourage you to step outside for this piece, but also if you start to feel uncomfortable at any point, please take care of yourself. If you need to leave, that is okay. Just please be respectful of the piece. Yeah, there's like, if you want to leave now, no chance, but otherwise enjoy the show. Thank you very much.
And down there, in the old black, is Bree. Rumor has it she has orchestrated 10 celebrity counsellings. I mean, she's a real threat to Hollywood right now. Post an innocent picture of a coffee that's not organic, milk-free, sugar-free, or joy-free. And you'll have your darkest secrets splashed all over Twitter with a trending hashtag to match. But don't you think notoriety would look great on me? I mean, it could seriously boost my name credibility. Was that?
Mr. Weird? That's Max. He's totally a mental case.
Spent the entire week's orientation scowling in the corner. I swear he's the type of guy that when you approach him, he bites.
If grouchiness was a person, it would look like him.
Well, surely there must be a reason, right? I mean, no one's born perpetually miserable. Have you met our lecturers? We laughed it off, but the image of this boy could not leave my mind. The way he would stomp around campus, like somebody had spat in his coffee. In all honesty, I felt for him. At least he was being real about his emotions, not plastering them with a thick coat of foundation and a near perfect smile. And how hard must it have been for him to be in this state and also be ignored by everybody else around him? No one gave him the time of day. He was immediately written off as a miserable sod, not deserving of anybody's attention. Now that I understood, and that I could not abide. So I made it my mission. If others could not be kind to him, then I would. Hi, Max, right?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm...
You're May. I know who you are. Everyone does.
Okay. I hope that's a good thing.
What are you doing talking to a person like me anyway?
A person like you? What a thing to say. I'll talk to anyone. And do you need a reason? I just wanted to introduce myself.
Because no one else has?
No, it's not that. Well, surely there's no foundations to all these rumors anyway. I mean, trust me, I know. Last week, it got around that I ditched a date by saying that I was hospitalized and in a dire need of an imputation, which was like totally incorrect because, well, I actually said I had malaria. What I mean to say is that most things people say are a complete pack of lies. I mean, if you actually stopped and talked to them, I'm sure they'd be more than willing to hear you out.
What's the point? They've already made up their mind about me or nothing. Why would I associate myself with people like that anyway, who are so quick to judge? I've got better things to do than worry about that sort of stuff. But, May, I appreciate your kindness. True. I haven't had it in a long time.
So it turns out Max was not this evil demon king he was made out to be. He did not spit fire or turn me into stone. In a place I had least expected it, I'd found myself a friend. You know, I'm embarrassed to say that you surprised me today. I mean, I'm sorry if I or anybody else has treated you less than you deserve.
It's okay, honestly. I'm used to it. No one has ever really been nice to me. At this point, nothing fixes me.
Well, that changes that, okay? From this point onwards, you have me. And I can introduce you to all my friends if you like. We can try and start again.
That's very sweet of you, thanks. I like that a lot. You know, I'm glad to be talking to you. I've always admired you.
Me? Really? I thought I'd be the type of person to get on your nerves.
Not at all, quite the opposite. I think you're hilarious and deeply entertaining. When you laugh, everyone knows it's going to be a good day. Talk to anyone you like, and instantly they love you.
Wait, love me? Okay, now that's taking it a bit far. I didn't even think you'd noticed me before.
How could I not? You're the maid. It's hard to not notice someone like you. You just radiate. I'm being serious though. People really do love you. Can't imagine what that's like.
I was right. I was completely taken by surprise. I didn't understand how someone so brooding, so boorish, so blasé could actually turn out to be quite sweet. You know, I absolutely know nothing about you. And I know everything about everyone.
The benefits of staying quiet. Perhaps I'll tell you nothing, and I'll remain a mystery to you forever.
No. I'm not a fan of mysteries, really. I'd rather you tell me who you really are. Or, you know, at least not the version that other people have told me about.
I'm not sure, dude. I am not a good person.
I somehow find that hard to believe.
How can you be so sure?
I've met bad people before. You sure haven't behaved like one.
Alright then, if you insist. But I'd rather talk about you. You are far more interesting.
Now, how would you know that?
I pay attention to you. You're
And-
interesting. I told you that.
And what observations have you made, Joe Goldberg?
You're funny. Not always intentionally, but that makes you endearing. Everyone is compelled to be around you. You pretend to hate it, but I think you secretly love the attention. I don't think you have the capacity to sit still. Then you're a dream. You want the fairytale. To be a princess. Find someone who secretly understands you without your fires. Someone who's really honest. And look at him. Am I correct?
I abstained from commenting at this time. He was perfect. He who everybody hated. He who everybody was convinced had a cavity in the place of the heart was so kind and considerate. And he knew me. He saw me more than I'd ever been seen before. And it felt so nice. Just from a few conversations, I was convinced that this man right there was the one. I was completely willing to tell my friends. Guys, I have so much news. Like major news.
Oh, do tell. Then it will be your ex and we can't be using it.
God, no. Now, this is much more serious than in any of these woeful scenarios. Guys, I'm in love! Again. No, for real this time. I genuinely, really like this guy. He's like the sweetest person I've ever met. And he's so funny and kind. We've been texting for, 2 weeks? But he reads me like a book. I don't think I've ever found a man who understands me this well.
That's because you're totally low.
Well, yeah, okay, correct. But he doesn't think so.
Well, that's good news.
Yeah. I mean, what about your, your exes?
Well, unlike being a prick like my ex-boyfriend was a stone cloud hopper, well, this one is actually so nice and sweet. And how would you even know this? Because you haven't even talked to him. I mean, you could try at least.
No, because he doesn't talk to anyone, because he thinks he's above everyone else.
Thinks he's above you.
That's not true. That's not true at all.
Okay, but come with it, woman. Who is it?
Well, duh, that's of course. I don't know any other accents.
You've got to be fucking kidding me.
No. I really, really appreciate him.
You know, you're.
He's not a good guy, May.
But you're running off first impressions. If you actually stopped and talked to him, you would see that he's nothing like what he seems. He's actually completely different. I mean, if you knew him like I do,
We wouldn't want to, period.
guys, please, just be happy for me. I'm really happy. He makes me happy. Isn't that enough? Isn't that what's important?
We are happy for you, May.
Of course it is. We just worry about you sometimes. You know, your exes were lame, but Max is a whole other level of terrifying, you know? Like, your ex was lame, but Max is just a fucking prick.
Please, just leave me alone. They'll warm up to you, I promise. I'll take some time. You know, people can be so mean. You won't smile in one lecture, and then suddenly you're some sort of genocidal megalomaniac with no regards for human life and completely lacking in human empathy.
May, it's alright. As I've said, I'm used to being hated. And besides, they don't matter to me, and neither do their opinions. The only person whose opinion I care about is yours. In fact, I think you're the only person in the world I actually like.
I really like him. I do.
Why does it sound like there's a but coming?
Well, it's just that I don't know him very well. I mean, we've been texting for like, what, 2 months? And we've been together for 2 days. And he already told me he loved me.
Wow, that is impressive.
Yeah, record timing, some might say. And it's not that I don't love him. I mean, I really, really do like spending time with him. I mean, he makes me happy. I'm worried it's all a bit soon.
Don't beat yourself up about it. You know, it's new, it's overwhelming, it's only been 2 days. Just take it breather and take it slow.
I don't think he's ever heard that word before.
To be honest, I'm impressed. I thought he would have the mental capacity of a 3-year-old, but he seems to be really all over you. I mean, show me the photos of the flowers to go again. Very, very impressive. Maybe he is your fairytale prince after all. That's all you've ever wanted, right?
Yeah, it is.
Hey, girl, yes.
What's this?
Only the biggest course event of the fucking year, and you have to be there.
Well, of course, gallant soldier, I shall be there. I was beginning to think, as I got ready, that this was really my happily ever after. Everything in my life was leading up to this moment.
You look stunning.
This was gonna be the best night of my life.
Take mine too, I don't mind.
Are you sure?
Certainly. Now go have fun, my love.
Bitch, you look beautiful!
What's up?
It's good to see you too. Oh.
So, where is he?
Oh, he's sitting in the corner over there.
Oh. Such a weirdo.
Guys, give him some respite. You know he doesn't like this sort of event.
Well, what is he doing here? He's totally draining the energy out by being older, miserable in the corner.
Because he loves me, Allie. Besides, he's earned his peace. He offered me his free drink. So, let's leave me. We have a party to enjoy.
Whoa, easy, easy. That champagne has done a number on you.
I feel terrible. I feel like my head's been split open with this pickaxe.
You need to sleep in some more. Come on now.
He walked me home from the tube station. Well, he walked part of the way and then dragged me for the rest. The further we went, the worse I felt. By the time we reached my accommodation, I couldn't feel my limbs anymore. They were numb, heavy, like weight.
Are you alright? What do you need? What can I do to help you?
Please, Max, just leave me. I feel terrible. I look terrible. Just please leave me.
You are in no state to be alone right now. I'm going to take care of you the best I can.
Please, Max. Please, just leave me.
Like this? I would be a terrible boyfriend.
The next time my eyes flutter open, everything is hazy. My brain scrambles like egg, and everything comes back to me in fragments. Flashes of light, just when you pass through a suspended bridge, and the light goes in and out, and in again. Like strobe at the club. 1 minute you're there, and the next minute it's pitch black again. Through the fog, I can hear him whisper.
Are you ready?
I think this is what he said. It's what my ears pick up on anyways, through the large ringing of the speakers earlier that night. Then, I know what I feel. A hot, searing pain. Not now. Not like this. I don't remember if I said anything. But the pain between my legs spoke for itself. It was a bloody massacre. Instantly, I knew I didn't like what was happening. He was too hot, too close, too heavy. But then again, I didn't know what I liked or what I wanted, because my brain was still drowning in that buzz of wine, which now tasted sour and metallic in my mouth. Is this real? Who is he? I squint, and the face that avoids my eye is that of my boyfriend. So, I must be safe, right? I mean, if it's him, it's all right, right? He's entitled to these things. He's entitled to me. Is it over? Thank God it's over. I do. I say a prayer while I can that it's over with. I just want to go to sleep and forget. End this pain. I've had a lifetime's worth in one night. Good morning, my love. Did you sleep okay?
No, I slept terribly. You shouldn't get so drunk, May. It ruined our whole night. Then you passed out and I was left all alone. And I got bored.
I'm sorry. I didn't know this man. He was a stranger. When he regarded me, his heart felt not 1 ounce of emotion. Alongside the stains of my blood lay dead the body of a man who had once held me and told me how much he loved me. Torn open were the remains of a man who had kissed my forehead and promised me to protect me from the monsters in my closet. The sweet words that told me that I was the only person he'd ever loved. Massacre. A bloody bath. What had I lost in that moment? Would I join him in that cold grave? He had made his decision, for he said, "Thou shalt send me to damnation too." before he didn't give me another glance, and he let himself out. We had both changed this night. It was evident when I saw him in the evening. I put on my best smile, ready to pretend that everything was all right. But he was never one for pretending. Good evening, my love. Still tired?
Yeah, I just need to go to bed.
Oh, I can leave soon if you want.
That would be best.
You know, I'm really gonna miss you when you're gone. I mean, I know you're not that far, and the train's only like an hour and a bit. So, and I have a passport, so if I save enough money, I could come and see you. Would you like that?
I don't know what you'd say.
Well, with you, of course.
Absolutely not. You'd have to get a hotel room or something.
Oh. I'm not sure I'd be able to afford.
And I'm going to be very busy. I'm going to get a job, and you couldn't come visit where my family is in.
Why not? I'm really looking forward to meeting them.
They don't want to meet you. They won't like you.
But you said they were overjoyed with us being together. That they were happy for us?
Trust me, May. They won't like you. You stay here. It's for the best.
I still want to visit Paris.
Maybe I'll make a day to see you.
A day? Max, we're gonna be apart for a month. Can I have more than a day?
I don't want to hear you talk anymore. I'm sick of you.
I miss you. I feel like I barely hear from you anymore.
Do you have to be so demanding all the fucking time? You know it's the one thing I hate the most in the world. Nagging women. My ex-girlfriends were just like that. They expected too much from me. They wanted too much. It's annoying. Don't be annoying, May.
Oh, it's not a problem. I mean, I just wish you could send me a text in the morning to let me know I'm okay. We go hours, whole days without speaking, and I understand you're busy. Really, I do. I just wish you could tell me a little bit about you once in a while. I mean, I am your girlfriend, after all. I like talking to you, obviously.
Well, I'm sorry to break it to you, May, but you're not high on my list of priorities. No, actually, you're not on my list of priorities at all.
What do you mean by that?
What I mean is you're a girl I've met less than a month ago, and mean less to me than people I've known my whole life. Got it?
You spent the past month telling me how horrible those people are, how your parents ignore you, how your friends mock you. I just don't understand this sudden change in tune. I mean, a few days ago you were telling me you hated them all.
I have no clue what you're talking about, but you're utterly deluded if you think, even for a second, you compare to them. Do you understand? Ridiculous also is the sentiment used by my friends who think you're wearing too much makeup and lack any sort of class. I understand it's not your fault, it's not like we're coming from the same background. You can't help but being uneducated and unrefined. But my God, sometimes I wish you were less than a fucking embarrassment. If you learn some dignity, if you shut your mouth more, I really don't love you when you talk. And my God, man, you are so dramatic. You are making a mountain out of molehills. Do you think I would genuinely want someone like that? Do you really think you are good enough for me?
Max, I'm so confused. I don't understand what I did wrong. I don't understand it at all. Just please tell me what I did wrong. Please, I'll do anything. Please, I just want to go back to when we were happy.
You know, I think this was just a very big mistake.
What?
I don't love you anymore. I don't think I ever have. There's nothing you can do about it. And nothing you can change it. Sorry.
I didn't know how to react to that message. What had changed? What the fuck had happened? This was not confusion. I had transcended that. I was left to do the disaster cleanup in my life. After he poured gasoline all over my life and set it alight, I was the one who had to walk in his wake and sweep up the ashes of who I was. Because she was gone now. That girl who was so brave, so unafraid, so good and kind-hearted, so trusting. She was gone, dead, murdered in cold blood, and the only thing that remained was a body in the dire need of an autopsy to assess what had gone wrong. I had to piece together what had happened, but the puzzle pieces didn't fit. They were the wrong size, the wrong color, the wrong shape. No matter what I did, nothing could ever come into fruition. I had no closure. Nothing to hold on to, apart from the broken pieces of my heart, which were now a mosaic I could recognize.
You have been immensely brave to share all this with me. Very brave indeed. We can talk as much or as little about it as possible. You can let me know. Those are your sessions.
I need to talk about it. It's all I think about. Morning, night, and day. I can't breathe without thinking about him. I need to get it out of my system. I need to get rid of it all.
That is understandable. And I'm here to support you. Can I ask you a question? You don't have to answer, but I want you to think about it for a minute. Do you think what you have described to me today is a healthy relationship?
I don't know. I mean, it was great at the beginning. He was so caring, so loving. He was so perfect. Everything was perfect. It's only after he changed that it got worse. But I suppose I pushed him away. I mean, as he said, I was probably too demanding, and I probably, pushed him away.
What demands did you make?
I asked him to talk to me more throughout the day. I wanted him to show a little more appreciation. He stopped that completely. He gave up on that. I just wanted to be treated like his girlfriend. But I didn't say it in any mean way or anything. There was probably miscommunication.
Nay, you're making excuses for him. Sit back and think about that for a minute. You are asking for the bare minimum. Communication, affection, time. That is not demanding. That is not being too much. And further, who told you you were being too much?
He did.
Well, isn't that telling? You mentioned a shift in behavior after the sex.
Yes. Seismic.
And the sex. Do you mind if we talk about that? You say you were very drunk and had passed out, and that he was sober. Is that correct?
Yes, that is true.
How do you feel about that? And I mean you, not his voice in the back of your head. I want to hear your voice. Do you think that was right?
I don't think that was right.
I'm really sorry, May. But what you have described to me is legally defined as a rape. You might need time to process it, and that is understandable. In this moment, how do you feel?
I don't know. I've been ignoring him for so long. It's such a dirty word. I don't even want to think about it. But I know you're right. I've never left that room. I'm still in that moment, in that bed. It's been days, months, and I can still feel his hands on my skin every second. I want to scorch them off. It's not right, is it?
No, it's not.
I just don't understand why he'd do this to me. He loved me.
Someone who loved you would never do that. Someone who loved you would not treat you in any capacity the way this man has. The behavior this man has exhibited, as you have described, is not of love, but of grooming and of abuse. Look, I don't want to put words in your mouth. It's your conclusion to draw, but from a professional and from a legal perspective, that's what we're looking at here.
Abuse? But he didn't hit me.
He didn't have to. His words alone did more damage.
But I let him do it.
Because you loved him. You cannot be blamed for that. There is no crime in loving someone. But it is now your chance to show yourself the love you deserve to receive, but didn't. Look, you have lived through something terrible. You have lived through something people spend their lives fearing, rightly so. You have lived through something many are not able to, but hear my words, you have lived through it. Despite it all, despite how horrible, and when I say horrible, what he did was horrible. You're alive, you're here, you're breathing, and that's what makes you one of the strongest people I have come across.
I don't feel strong.
No, I'm sure not, and you might not for a very long time, but you need to know this, May. This is not the end. You are a fighter, and you've survived and will continue surviving. In front of me, I do not see a broken woman. I see a woman who has taken a break from battle and is ready to return and finish the fight. We're going to do that, okay?
At this point, I had a decision to make. I could change the question from what did I do to what can I do. I started researching, going to talks, learning about it, and I found women that survived. No, that didn't survive, that lived. And I could live too. When October finally came around, I was ready to face the man behind it all, to take my final bow. Yes, I'm ready.